Hey guys, my name is Ollie, and today I'm going to be giving you my long-awaited firing range warm-up. So, a bunch of you guys have probably seen this a couple times if you come into my streams. You know that every single time before I play, I like to get into the firing range, warm up for 10 to 15 minutes before I hop into my first game. It just keeps my hands warm, and just gets me ready to play, honestly. Not only do I warm up my movement, but I also warm up my aim, and I'll give you a couple drills to do that. But first thing I want to say, it's kind of you have the face cam so you can see. Just stretch your hands. Just stretch your fingers out before you play. If you're on MK, if you're on controller, it doesn't matter. Just do a couple hand stretches, okay? I know it seems kind of, like oh, blah, blah, but it actually does help. And warm hands is a absolute key and must have in this game because you're going to be moving around your thumbs and stuff quite a bit. So the first thing I like to do is I like to wall bounce from this side all the way over to the other side. If you don't know how to wall bounce, I'll show you in a second. But I like to practice this. If you can get like one or two sides without messing up, I definitely think then you're probably good to move on to the next steps that I'm going to mention. But yeah, basically to wall bounce, you're just going to slide. You're going to sprint, sorry. Sprint, slide, take your left hand off the stick. When you glue to the wall, you're going to hit X and you can do a bunch of different movement techniques with this. You can like go backwards, you can go forwards, you can do a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, controller can't tap strafe unless you have Steam keys, but I do not because I'm on PlayStation. So a bunch of you probably are in the same boat, but that's fine. So I like to warm up my wall bounces. You can see how I did that there. You can also do it over there or over there, but it doesn't really matter the environment. It just matters the practice of muscle memory. So the next thing I like to do is I like to come over to these things or to these rocks and just practice my super glides. Super gliding is a key kind of function in my gameplay loop. I just kind of incorporate a lot of super glides and wall bounces because I think, like I said, movement is the most fun part of this game. So you can do this off pretty much any ledge. If you mantle onto it, like you can do it on this too. I just am bad right now. Okay, okay. There you go. You can do it sideways. You can do it forwards. There's a couple different ways you can use it, but it's very handy and it could definitely win you a couple 1v1s. So I definitely practice that a lot. To do it, you literally just mantle. At the very height of your mantle, you jump and slide at the same time. It'll shoot you forward or whatever side you're using your stick to move. So yeah, I definitely recommend that as well in practice. First thing that I recommend you doing is to shoot these targets here. So all these targets here, they're basically, in my opinion, I think this is the most effective thing to not only warm up your aim, but train your aim, learn your sensitivity, all the above. Like this is very important. So if you're going to use any of these tips, I'm going to definitely ask you to use this one because you will improve after doing this like a couple times. So I like to start either on this side or this side and work my way over. But the goal isn't to do it as fast as you can; it's to do it as effective you can and not miss any bullets. You can do this with a single fire weapon. You can do this with a full auto weapon. It doesn't matter. But you're literally just gonna tap each one. Excuse my aim, but you're just gonna tap each one slowly, just get them all done, and reload before you get to one, so you don't get a long reload. And you just practice this, do it consistently, and you're gonna get your aim, your hand-eye coordination. It's just gonna be improved in general. So I definitely recommend doing this like 5 to 10 times. You can do this with the flat line. I usually do it with the flat line just because it has 30 bullets, and so it's just more targets to be able to shoot, and more bullets to be able to shoot at the targets. But yeah, I practice this a lot. It's something that I do very consistently, very constantly, and it's definitely something I highly recommend. Oh my goodness, okay. So as you can see, I have my ADS yaw, so my left and right speed very dramatically increased in my sensitivity. If you want to use that too, it could help you, but it also could throw off your aim a little bit if you're used to none of that. What I do it is to switch targets like this, so that's another drill you guys could do if you want to do that. Just like practicing moving your targets and stuff like that. Very beneficial in my opinion. Like you can, especially with like the wingman, like you're shooting at this guy, and now you're shooting at this guy, right? And then you're shooting at this guy again, and then you're shooting at this guy. So it's like, it's good to practice. If you guys don't want to use that sensitivity though, I understand. It's a little bit more complex and for higher skill cap, I would say. But yeah, that's my second thing. Also, you can do like the classic aforementioned this drill. It's better on M and K to practice this drill because you can move your range of motion with your mouse the whole way instead of sticking onto this target with aim assist. You can turn off aim assist, but I don't really see a point in practicing without aim assist. One thing that I do recommend is whenever using a gun that needs a barrel stabilizer, do not put it on. Put the magazines on always though, because you're gonna learn the magazine end control because obviously like you're shooting up and then there's going to be a little left and then it's going to go back. But then you got those extra bullets, so you're going to keep going higher. That's just kind of how the recoil pattern works. So you're not going to fully master the recoil pattern if you don't have the full mag on. So I definitely recommend practicing that. And then if you want to improve with your wingman as well, I definitely recommend doing the same kind of drill that I just showed you. Just hitting every single target, not missing. And that will definitely improve your mechanics as well. So the thing I do to master just recoil in general, I like to just, it sounds very basic, but I literally just sit here and I just beam the targets one by one. And sometimes I try to one clip them and then just like snap onto the other ones. Just staying consistent. Like you can incorporate strafes as well. I'm not doing that right now, but you could literally just sit here for 5 minutes just practicing with every gun you like. I love the flatline, so I pick up the flatline a heavy amount of time. But yeah, I literally just sit here and I just shoot targets. Like you're gonna eventually feel like the glue of the aim assist essentially just sticking onto people, and then you're gonna find that sweet spot and you're gonna just know what it feels like. So when you do get into a game, it's gonna feel very comfortable and very nice. So I also like warming up my movement and aim together. So like in game, I'm probably gonna be doing wall bounces and stuff. So I like to practice doing that stuff. If you guys didn't know, if you're on controller, not only controller, but primarily on controller because of aim assist, if you aim down on a target and then take your aim off, you are going to be locked onto that player. So if you shoot, you kind of see how the bullets just kind of fly that way. So not only are you going to have a increased movement speed, so while you're strafing, but you're also just going to be hitting most of your shots. My thumb is literally barely pulling down. It's literally just holding it still, essentially, because I'm on linear. But yeah, this is a very useful thing to practice as well. So that, super gliding, wall bouncing, these are pretty much all the tactics that I use. I also like warming up with the wingman, just like bouncing around and hitting targets. But if you guys don't want to do that because it's a little bit advanced, I understand. But honestly, I think anything you can do in the firing range, just any couple like chances you get like to spare, you have a little bit of free time, get in the firing range, warm up. You're gonna be happy about it 100%. And you're gonna notice a lot of different results and improvements in your gameplay. But yeah, I do a couple other things, but I might have to keep that a secret for the stream so you guys can pull through. But if you like the video and you want to see more videos like it, you could turn on notifications and maybe subscribe. But if you didn't like the video, I'm so sorry. Could you please tell me why in the comments? Okay. I really hope you guys have a really good rest. That was so weird. I hope you guys have a really good rest of your day. It's been your boy Ollie, and I'm out. Peace.
Don't forget to subscribe to Lil Ollie Pump
and follow him on all of his socials.